and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. On this show, I help members of the public to get the very best price for their antiques and valuables. You all get a choice. Sit down with one of our regular dealers. Now, they're going to try and tempt you with a cash offer on the table today.
100.
I think there's a bit more to squeeze there.
If I don't think that's enough money, I'm going to say, reject that offer, have a gamble, go to auction. Hopefully, we will get you a little bit more money there. Today, the show comes to you from Stoke-on-Trent in the Potteries. There's a wonderful crowd of people here. They've brought along their treasures. They want to do business. They want to sit down with our dealers and take the money off them or gamble and go to auction. But either way, they want the real deal.
First up, we're going straight over to Simon Schneiden, the dealer's den. It's a jungle out there.
The item now is Pottery hippopotamus. So I'm going to have to dig deep into my knowledge of Pottery hippopotami to come up with a good price for this one.
It's worth about 120 and I'm not leaving here without 120.
I think all the sellers always drive a hard bargain and I'm sure Natalie is going to be no exception.
Let's see if Simon's hungry for this hippo.
Natalie, you brought in a hippo.
Yeah, it's a nice little hippo. I'm here on behalf of my dad and he's asked me to see what you're offering.
And what do you think about hippo? Do you like him?
I like him, I think he's really cute, yeah.
Do you know anything about where it came from or where it was made? Or?
No, I don't really. My dad just got it off the internet.
He got it
That's
off the internet?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's only about 5 or 6 years.
Right. Well, actually, the hippo is Danish.
Okay.
It originally comes from a factory in Denmark called Bing & Grundel. It's a very collectible factory. It probably dates from the late 20th century, so we're sort of going back maybe 15, 20 years ago. But people do collect these, and they're quite sort of, if you look at it, it's got quite a lot of character in the modelling of it. And the actual sort of where it's coloured, it's almost like a stone or a pebble, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, it's pottery. I've never seen a hippo before,
No.
but I know people do collect these, and
Yeah.
I think they're quite charming, actually. I can see the attraction in it.
Yeah.
Well, what can we say for hippo? I think a fair offer, Natalie,
Yeah.
for hippo would be 20, 40, 60, £80. £80. Now, here's a man who knows a thing or two about hippos.
Okay.
Now, you come all the way to Staffordshire, and we think we're going to be up to there with Staffordshire pots, and then
Danish.
Danish. Very attractive, a lot of character, not very old, but it has something about it.
The hippo's quite nice as well, isn't
The
it?
hippo is quite nice as well, so 80 to 120 pounds is
Yeah.
the estimate.
Yeah.
It probably is worth another 20 quid, but I'm going to leave that up to you.
Okay.
Thanks, David.
Okay.
If I put down another 20, £100. Now, the off-screen valuation was 80 to 120, so that's bang in the centre of it.
Yeah.
And hopefully it leaves me a little bit of profit. What do you think?
I think another 20 and you've got a deal.
I don't think I want to go that far with it because
Sure.
look, what have I got there? We've got £100 there. I can now sell it for 120 and get myself a little bit of profit.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to stick at 100.
What about another 10, maybe?
I haven't got any £10
Oh,
notes.
it'll have to be 20 then.
Well, I might have one in this pocket though. Let me dig deep and see what I can find. Oh, look.
Hey, you've got a 5. What about 150?
Now, you can't go up now. You said it now. You can't get any more, Natalie. Look, Natalie,
Yeah.
£110.
Okay.
We can have a deal now, yeah?
Yes.
Right,
yeah.
thanks. I'm going to ask you now, just out of interest, you said you bought it on the internet 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Can you remember how much it cost then?
80.
Oh, right. Well, that's not bad. Then you've got a profit. And you've enjoyed having it for
Yeah.
a few years as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Good bit of business. Well done.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
I actually quite like it. I think it's nice. I think I'll be able to find a home for it somewhere. And I think I might just get myself a small profit on it.
Nice work. We'll find out if you do at the end of the programme. Across the den, Michael Hogburn's just in time to do a deal with George and a Rolex Oyster watch. It's battered, but you know that's no guide to what things are really worth.
George, thank you for coming on today with a recognisable Rolex watch.
You're welcome.
What do you know about it?
Not a lot. I've had it for about 40 years.
Yeah.
And,
Why are you selling it now, George?
Well, I've got them many watches.
Have you? How many you reckon you got?
A couple hundred.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This has got condition issues, hasn't it?
Yes.
Strap, not original.
No.
Understandable. Winder, not original.
No.
Back, needs replacing.
Does. Yes.
And the dial has got cracks in the enamel.
Right.
So
yes.
we've got a cracked dial, which is quite bad in an enamel watch.
Yeah.
To replace a Rolex enamel dial is a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think this is about 30s, is it that old?
It's got to be.
It's got to be 1930s, isn't it? In that
30s, yeah.
shape and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think we should just get straight down to the money now?
Whatever you want to do, my friend.
You want to ask me any more questions?
No. You're the man.
Okay.
You are the man.
Thanks, George. Okay, let's think. What do I want to pay for it? 50, 100, 150. 400 quid, 500 quid to repair it, and then I've got an 800 quid watch.
No, I definitely think it's worth a lot more.
170, 180. Is that any good to you?
No.
200 quid. George, I want to buy it.
I know you do.
Tell me what you
I want
want.
Sally, but I'm not going to let it go for that.
But tell me what you want.
Well, naturally, I want more money. I want
200 on the
difficult.
table, he wants
200.
more money.
Yeah.
If you got 250 in the sale room, you would have 40 quid to take off.
Yeah, yeah.
If you got that. But we want a little bit more off Hoggy.
Yes,
because
please.
210.
we were hoping, what, 225 were we hoping?
220.
It must be very close. I'm backing off here because Hoggy's determined, and when he's determined,
That's why I'm pushing him.
So that's it, George.
No, I'm sorry, my friend. I want more than that. I'd rather let it go to auction, I think, to see what it comes up with.
230,
I'm
George,
sorry,
that's me.
my friend.
No.
No, I'm going to let it go to auction.
Yeah, you wanted it to go to auction, didn't
Yeah, yeah.
you? And I'm going to be sad.
I don't think you will be sad.
I wish you all
Thanks
the
again,
luck,
my friend.
George, I really
Thank
do.
you.
Well
Okay,
done.
thank you.
I do believe I offered top money for that, and I think he just thinks he's going to get a little bit more at auction.
Though it's seen better days, could there be more to it than meets the eye? What does auctioneer David Brettle think?
Rolex is the magic name. I'm hoping we can get 250, 260 for it.
Let's wind our way across to the sale room and see.
150 bid. 150.
you sat down with Michael Hogburn and he offered you 230 quid. You said, no, I think it's worth more than that, so I'm going to go to the auction. You agreed on a reserve of £200 initially.
Yes.
Since then, you've been thinking about it and thought, hang on a minute, if it sells for 200, there is commission to be taken off,
Yes,
which
yes.
is going to leave me a little bit less than I really want. You rang up the auctioneer and said, I want to increase my estimate to 300.
Yes.
The question is it going to bring 300? Is that the value at the moment? We're about to find out. Here we go.
So we start at 200, 200 bid at 200.
Straight in at 200 for starters.
220, 220, 240, 240, 260, 260, 208, 280 on the net, 280 on the net, 280, 300 on the
You were right, mate. £300 now on the telephone.
£300 on the telephone. Will be sold right by me. £300 sold away. Hands up. Last chance. All done at 300. Phone wins.
The gavel has gone down at 300. Take away the commission and you're going home with 246 quid.
Much obliged. Thank you very much.
Satisfied?
Yes, thank you.
I have to say, you didn't need me. You knew exactly what you were doing. That was the real deal. £300, taking home 246 quid.
Thanks, David.
Hello, Sylvia.
Back in the den, Sylvia's brought Brenda Haller some locally made commemorative wear, marking the end of the Boer Wars at the turn of the 20th century.
I'm hoping to get between 100 to 150.
Can you snap up the cash before the purse closes?
How have you got these? These
They are passed down through the family.
so have we got allegiance with South Africa in some way?
No, I believe that Mum and great-grandpa I think, worked in the pottery industry, and that's how they came to collect them.
Okay. And what we're looking at here is commemorative plaques and also a loving cup. And this one's by Copeland, which is a fantastic factory.
Yes.
Before it was taken into Copeland Spode,
that's
pre-Copeland Spode, and these are Staffordshire clay. Now, it's interesting because they do refer to the Transvaal War in South Africa and what they had to put up with during that war. It was gruesome.
Gruesome, cold.
Absolutely gruesome. This is in lovely condition. Unfortunately, this piece isn't. Why are you selling them if they've been in the family so long?
It's just a matter that we've got to downsize a little bit, really, and
right.
We've got such a lot of other things.
Okay, all right. I'll get my purse out and we'll see how much we can tempt you with.
Thank you.
I feel the loving cup, 40. I'm going to go £60 on the loving cup, and then I'm going to go to £80 taking in this plate, so that's for that. And then I'm going to go another 20, 30, so that's £110, so that's 30, 20, 60, making 110. That's how I see it.
I think the loving cup's worth more than that because it is Spode, yes.
Yeah,
and
I know it's Spode.
It's very well done.
Yeah. I'm going to go £10 more. I think that's going to be my limit, 120.
See, the purse is closed.
It is. Sylvia, it
Yes.
is. Yeah. So we've got 120 on the table.
Yes.
Okay,
fine.
lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sylvia.
I would have liked a little more, but I think it was a good deal on the day.
Coming up, Dickinson's Real Deal presents a tale of money and greed. Simon Schneider is the godfather.
Take the 200 quid, you might regret it.
Find out who blinks first after the break.
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
We've already seen some great items come in, but will Julie's First World War British campaign medals capture David Tupman's attention? Tell us what you want.
I'm hoping to get between £50 and £70 for them, I think. I am good at handling and I have got quite a good poker face.
Play your cards right and you could come out of this deal smiling.
You brought in some medals for us today, Julie. Could you tell us what they're all about and where they came from?
We don't actually know much about them. We're clearing out my mother-in-law's house. She recently passed away and we found these, but we can't place them within the family anywhere. We possibly think that her mother was engaged before she actually married, but he wasn't killed in service because his discharge papers are there.
Quite a strange story, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? That they've suddenly appeared with your
Yeah.
mother-in-law. You can't find the connection to your family.
No.
And why have you decided to sell them?
Because my husband hasn't got any sentimental connection to them because he doesn't know who they are, you know, it's not a member of the family, so...
Right, OK. Well, what we've got here actually is quite a nice, complete story because we've got the set of the standard First World War medals.
Yes.
We've got the identification disc, which is very nice because it completes the story. And here we have the... this is the discharge, and he had an honourable discharge because obviously he was disabled.
Yes.
Signed by the King, which is very nice to have the whole story complete. I'll put some money on the table and let's see if we can tempt you to take it. I'm going to put 20, 40, 60, 80, £100 on the table.
I think there's a bit more to squeeze there.
So you think £100 isn't enough?
No, I think
Well,
there's a bit
here
more.
comes a man who deserves a medal, so he'll persuade you to part with your money.
Well, I can tell you what the independent valuers and the auctioneers say.
Okay.
First, the auctioneer, they're saying 40 to 60. The independent valuers are saying 50 to 100. I'm going to say, is it worth the gamble to go to auction when £100 is on the table? In my opinion, and listening to the experts, what they tell me, I would have thought that was a very fair and good price.
It sounds like I put too much money down. Can I pick something back up again?
No.
You sure?
I'm positive.
So we got a deal.
We have a deal.
Thank you very much
Thank
indeed.
you. I do think my poker face worked, and I was really, really chuffed that he put £100 down.
You got top whack from David and £30 more than you were after. Now you can smile all the way home. On the other side of the den, it's the turn of our dealers Hoggy and Brenda to show off some of their own items, treasured and otherwise.
I've got two of our instantly recognisable dealers here. I've got Michael here and I've got Brenda on this side. I've asked them to bring along an item that they bought on the show, and for some reason they can't get rid of it. And I've also asked them to bring along something they do not wish to part with under any circumstances. Now, Michael, the thing that you can't get rid of rather surprises me, because you are a man that knows the 20th century, that's wrote the book on the stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here we've got a piece of Murano glass, 1960s? Or?
Yeah, 60s, 70s, spot on.
Okay.
And it's a nice bit of kit, David, don't get me wrong. I like it, I actually love it. And I took it home and I showed it to Leslie, my wife, and I said, look at this beautiful bit of kit. The next minute, it's down in my basement. I said, where's it gone? She said, I hate it, Michael, I hate it. So I said, oh, come on, you'll get used to it. I brought it up once more and I put it in the living room. And next thing I know, it's in the shed.
What did you pay for it?
55 English pounds.
It seems realistic to me.
There's a profit, isn't there?
Well, why haven't you sold it then?
I can't get it out to display it. Every time I get it out, it gets hidden around the house. And the next time, Leslie said, if I see that again, I will be dropping it accidentally.
OK, Brenda, now come on, darling. What is the piece that you can't sell and bought on the show?
I've tried, I've really tried. 6 years I've had this.
Muffin the Mule?
Muffin the Mule and David. You talked me into this one.
Well, what was it, 25, 30 quid?
£70.
I can feel my cheeks
6 years ago, £70 was a lot of money.
It is in nice condition, Brenda.
It's in wonderful condition. Don't try and sell it again, I'll sell it to you.
OK, now, Hoggy, what I see here is a Caravaggio copy.
Absolutely.
Probably late 19th century, probably of one of his masterpieces. What did you pay for that on the show?
I paid £90 for that, David. And the reason I would never sell that is by my front door.
Okay.
And every day I go out looking for antiques, looking for a deal, looking for a bargain.
Looking for old masters?
Absolutely. That reminds me, one, how much I love Baroque art, and two, there's old masters out there to be found. And he looks at me and winks sometimes.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
Do you know, I thought he had a dodgy eye when you bought it.
bit like him, really.
Yeah.
OK, Brenda, now, I suppose it's a silly question to ask a lady. What is the piece that you've bought that you like and you wouldn't part with? So show me,
well,
what is it?
it is a lovely diamond bracelet.
I remember this item.
Just to go with the rest of the collection, dear.
Absolutely. And I remember this coming on the show with a lady. What did you pay for that?
2,100.
I think it was a very, very good buy.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's about 3 carats of diamonds? Or?
There's actually 5. Over 5 carats. Perfect.
Very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
A very, very good buy.
Yeah.
I think what's really obvious is that all the dealers that come on the show, they're all mates with each other, they're good pals. But the thing that really shines through is they like what they do. There's a smile on their face. They look at the pieces, whether they've sold them or not, and it is part of them. It's part of their identity. And if you want to go into a business where you will have a lot of fun and you will enjoy yourself, the antique business is the one for you.
That's great advice, David. Many thanks.
Thank you very much.
And the fun continues over on Simon's table with an intriguing painting.
Well, I think it's a very speculative item. Now, speculative is the word we use when we're not really sure about something. This is one where really I've got to put my gambling boots on.
Interesting. Well, Fred's got a little secret.
I brought this item for £5 from Car Boot.
Shh. See what you get offered before you let that slip.
You brought in what I can only describe as a speculative, interesting bit of art.
Right.
What can you tell me about it?
Yeah, not much really. Just brought it from Car Boot.
And what attracted you to it at the Car Boot?
Yeah, it's just fascinating. Like, you know, when I saw it, I just £50 for it, like, so I brought it. Yeah.
Right. Well, I've been to car boot sales and I have to say I can never find anything when I go. But,
Oh, right.
but what we've got here is a painting. It's an oil painting and it's what we call on board. So it's literally on a piece of timber in this case. What I think, Fred, is that this painting is a bit of a problem for me, and as much as I think it could be 17th century or it could be 19th century.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is it's certainly got the look of a painting that's got some considerable age to it.
Yeah.
It's got all that dirt in the right places. It looks speculative. It looks interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of people will look at it and go, well, hang on, there's 2 holes drilled in it. There's a bit missing there.
Yeah.
You know, is it worth anything?
Yeah.
But I think it is worth something, and I think it's got something about it that's attractive, and I can see little pound signs. Not lots of them, but I can see something in it.
Yeah.
I would like to pay you 50, 100, 150 pound for it.
No.
Does that show you profit?
It shows, but no, I'm not saying nothing more.
You nearly said.
So, yeah.
170.
No.
It's not moving you at all, is it?
No.
You think you've got something there that is worth a lot more than that, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm going to put one more 20 down. It's £190.
No, a bit more really.
I'm not going to give any more. So
yeah, I'll take it to auction.
You're going to take it to auction?
Yeah.
£200. Fred, it's got to make £220, £230 for you to even end up with that. Are you sure you're doing the right thing?
Couldn't you put a bit more down?
Take the 200 quid. You might regret it.
No, another 20. Yeah, I'll take you off.
You're going to take my money?
Yeah.
Well done, Fred. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come on, spit it out. How much did it cost at the boutique?
£5.
£5. Next time you go to a boot fair, give us a ring first.
Right,
I'll come with you.
Right. I was surprised at how much it was worth, really. I made £195 profit.
And that's a whopping increase from your £5 investment.
As soon as he said he bought it in a boot fair, I knew he paid nothing for it. But he was, to be fair, he was a good negotiator and he held out and he got as much as I wanted to pay for it. All that remains to be seen now is how much is it worth. Watch this space.
Coming up, Emma hasn't a clue what she's got.
I did think it was a key ring.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought it was missing the circular thing, what you put on your keys.
But David knows exactly what it is.
Samson Morden is one of the best makers of these particular items.
Find out if Emma's in for a nice surprise after the break. The sellers of Stoke-on-Trent are certainly stoked to be here today, and Emma's no exception. Tell us what you brought in.
I have no idea what my item is and I don't know how much it's worth.
Right. Maybe Tuppers can help us here.
Silver vinaigrette, very unusual, desirable little thing. I shall do my best to buy it. You brought a lovely little thing in for us today. Can you tell us what it is?
I have no idea.
OK. And how did you come by it? Where did it come from?
I was sorting out through my nan's boxes when she died and I saw that and I did think it was a key ring.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought it was missing the circular thing, what you put on your keys.
Right. So you brought it in today to...
Yeah, because someone told me it wasn't a key ring and it was some sniff thing.
Yeah. Let's have a little look at it. It's very, very sweet, a little horn-shaped box. And if we open it up, we see we have a grill in here. It's for putting a little smelling salts in. So if a lady was feeling slightly faint, she could open it up and smell a lovely smell, and it would sort of make her feel better. Now, if we look inside the lid, we'll see we have a lozenge mark, and that tells us that it's Victorian, and the letters on that lozenge will tell us exactly what date it is. But I think this is about 1870. And underneath, it says S. Morden & Co. London, which is Samson Morden is one of the best makers of these particular items. Now, it's not hallmarked, but we know it's silver. Often Sampson Morden didn't hallmark the things that they made, but because it's such a beautiful quality little item, we know it's silver. It's also, the very unusual thing about this is it's also a whistle at this end. Doesn't work, but this is so it's a combination whistle and vinaigrette. So I'm going to put some money on the table. I want to buy this, so I'm going to see if I can sort of tempt you
And try.
to sell it to me. Okay, so I'm going to put down, let's see how much I can squeeze out. I'll put down 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 240, 260, £280. I personally think that's quite a good offer. You're smiling at me, you're looking at me in the eye.
More?
So let's see what David said.
Now, what you've got on the table is £280. Now, I think it's obvious that David will put a little bit more money in.
Why is it obvious, David?
Well, because I think 280 is just the way it's been pitched. It's been pitched at a very tempting, close to the 300, but I might just finish off in the 300. But I must say this to you. If you go to the auction, there is a chance it might go over the 300, but I can't be sure of that. I think if you ask him for a little bit more, he'll tempt you, and then I think it probably is worth doing a deal on.
Go on, you know you want to.
I'll put an extra £20 down, as David suggests.
What about another 10?
Instead of the 20?
No, add the 20.
I think £300 is a very, very good offer for that.
Another 10 down, you've got a deal.
Oh, all right, Emma. Since you smiled so sweetly. £310. We got a deal?
Deal.
Thanks very much
Thank you very
indeed.
much. I'm over the moon. I can't believe I got that money. I only thought it'd be £10.
I think the profit's going to be minimal, but I wanted to buy it.
Heart-ruling head again, David? We'll see if you sell it on and for how much later. Back in the den, we're rolling on with some more shiny goodies. David's brought Hoggy some of his once fashionable jewellery.
David, you bought in instantly recognisable gold sovereigns.
Yes.
And the good thing about it is you've got half sovereign, full sovereign.
That's right.
So for anyone at home who's not sure, the small one's to half, the bigger one's to full.
That's right, yes.
Where did you get them, David?
A family.
Oh, OK. Family a long time or just...?
Over quite a while.
Yeah. And have you worn, is this your ring? Do you wear it or did you wear it?
Yes, I used to wear it, yes, right, yes.
Used to is the operative word with a lot of this sort of jewellery, isn't it?
That's right.
People don't seem to wear it
That's
anymore,
right,
do they?
yeah.
And sovereigns, I'm sure you know this, because everywhere you go, there's always people trying to buy your sovereigns or buy your gold.
That's right, yeah.
Are just traded now like pound notes, aren't they?
That's right, yes.
I find that quite sad, but how do you feel about it?
It is sad, really, yes, it is. I mean, they are nice items.
So this is going to be an offer, really, which is obviously going to have to be based upon the scrap price, really.
Yes, OK.
Cheer up, it's going to be good.
Right.
Let's crack open a few 20s, shall we? So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. 20, 40, 60, 80, 300. 320, 340, 360, 380. That gives me a small profit.
No, I need a bit more than that.
How much more would you like, David?
Well, I know what the scrap value is.
OK. What's the scrap value?
8460.
OK. So I'm 380, 400. That leaves me £60 profit for taking it to the scrap dealers and hopefully getting the price what it is today.
I still aren't sure about that.
Okay, well, let me try and explain to you, David, to give you some confidence in this. There's £460 worth of sovereign, half sovereign, and some additional 9 carats.
Yeah.
Michael's offering 400. There's
Yeah.
about a £62 profit.
Yeah.
To go to auction, you have to do a lot better because of the commissions.
Exactly, yeah. Okay then.
So I'm going to say, on this occasion, Michael, he's got to earn a living, so I think that's a fair offer.
So can we do a deal at 400, David?
What about 420?
What about 380?
400's fine.
Thanks, David. Great deal.
Okay.
Coming up, is Brenda onto something special?
I think they're one-offs, because having been in the sale rooms and in the business for over 35 years and not seen any before.
No. Find out after the break.
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
It's the last deal of the day, and we truly could end up with a carry-on in the den. Joe, what have you brought Brenda?
A nice pair of jugs. Sounds a bit rude, that, doesn't it? 40 years ago, I think I paid about £150 for the two. Today, I was hoping to get 300 to 400.
Well, to help you get the best deal, the Duke and auctioneer David Brettle are standing by.
Hello, Joe. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You brought something very unusual in for me. Something that I've not seen before.
No, I haven't seen anything like them before.
No. And have you had these long?
I've had them for about 40 years.
So at least we know they're more than 40 years old.
Yes.
I mean, this sort of beading work is very reminiscent of the way they work on slipware, the clay pottery, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So maybe they're from the Midlands, Stourbridge or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
But I think they're sort of one-offs.
Yeah,
Because having been in the sale rooms and in the business for over 35 years and not seen any before.
No. I love the decoration on them as well, you know.
Very nice.
It's got an element of age about that, hasn't it?
It has, it has. The figure itself...
rather crude.
I'm glad you said that. They're slightly crude around the face, but that doesn't mean they're not of quality.
No.
Now, David, when these came through the door, there was a lot of interest from our independent valuers and yourself. A lot of speculation as to what are they, where were they made, and what age are they? What do you think? Where do you think they come from?
My first reaction was continental glass. If you look at the way they're hand-blown, in my opinion, 1840-ish time. The actual style of the decoration, to me, is very continental.
Yeah. The independent values have gone in at 5 to 8. Now, I know initially you were looking at that 500, but have you come around to thinking they're worth more?
I have, because they are so convinced. So I'm going to say, well, let's go 5 to 7.
I think also that kind of 500 up to 800, that might be the area. But you never know. They are interesting and different.
So, Joe, what I think is, because I'm not too knowledgeable about these, let's get David in and have a little chat.
Okay.
Well, first of all, when you arrived today with these 2 jugs,
yes,
what kind of value did you hope or think they might be worth?
300 to 400 pounds.
Not a bad guess, I think.
No.
But our independent valuers and our auctioneer, they feel a bit stronger. They think probably 5 to 7, 5 to 800.
Yes.
They're basing it on the fact that they're very unusual. I don't know what, Brenda, you're going to put onto the table, but I'm going to say these really should go to auction because they want seeing by a wider audience, because I've never seen a pair before.
No,
So I'm going to leave you with Brenda, but bear that in mind. I feel they should go to auction.
Thank you very much, David.
How do you feel about going to auction, Joe?
I would like them to go to auction.
You would like them to go to
give them a
auction?
wider audience.
Yeah.
And to see.
I think David's right, because I'm not sure. I mean, I could offer you £300-400, but I don't think that would be fair. What do you think?
I feel that we'd follow David's advice and go to auction.
Yeah. Good one, Joe.
Thanks very much.
So Joe hopes the best buyers in the sale room will get him the £300 to £400 he wants. With a valuation of £500 to £800, how well could the jugs do?
110, 7, 8.
You've come here to the sale room, you've put a reserve of 400 quid. I think they're well worth that kind of money. It's the old question, are the buyers here in the room? They should be. They are a glamorous pair of jugs. I'm hoping that they are going to sell. They're coming up now.
Lot number 137 is a pair of hand-painted green glass jugs, probably Continental, and we're going to start at the lowest, which is 400.
They're at 400.
440, 460, 480, 500.
They like them.
520. 520 is my bid up here. 520, 540, 560.
They're still creepy.
560.
You were right all those years ago. You had a good eye.
So he says, shakes his head. At £560 then once. At £560 twice. Third and last time, sold away at 560.
Right, the gamble's gone down at £560. Take away the commission, and it's just about £459. First of all, what's your thoughts about that?
I'm pleased about it.
Well, you know, you paid £150 many years ago, but it tells me you had a good eye.
Right.
You knew when you looked at those were interesting, those were desirable. On the day, Joe says he was pleased to take home £460. I say to you, I think in sincerity, they were still very reasonable. I'd hoped they could have fetched a bit more.
Anybody else going?
Well, David, Joe still banked the biggest amount of cash of all of our sellers today. Congratulations. But have our dealers fared as well as him? Poor Brenda's come a cropper. She bought the Transvaal wool commemorative set for £120. But it's not been the best investment. It's still unsold. Remember Hoggy and the shiny gold sovereigns?
What about 420?
What about 380?
400's fine.
Thanks, David.
He sold them to a jeweller for £450. Nice work.
60.
David paid £100, the top end of the valuation, for that set of First World War medals.
£100 on the table. It sounds like I put too much money down. Can I put something back up again?
No, positive.
Was he secretly in the know, or does he just know a good thing when he sees it? He successfully sold them to a collector for £140. And not only that, he sold that silver vinaigrette that he bought for £310 for £370. Ah, the sweet smell of success. How about our Simon and the £110 hippo?
I think I might just get myself a small profit on it.
And he was right, taking home £120 when he sold it on at an antiques fair. And don't forget, Simon took the biggest risk on that oil painting.
You brought in what I can only describe as a speculative, interesting bit of art.
Right.
The gamble paid off, and Simon is today's top dog. He paid £200 and sold it to someone for their kitchen wall for a fantastic $330. Just goes to show that in this game, he who dares wins. Isn't that right, Simon?
We've had a great day here in the sale room. It's been packed, lots of atmosphere, lots of buying and selling. That's what I always like to see. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. TTFN, ta-ta for now.